the release of Heroes, we finally got an active class boosting system, such as the Archer Queen boosting the Hotshot Squaddies. But in the Chinese version of Squadbusters, there is a complete different system called Bonds. It's fresh, it's working in between the Squaddies, and it is super unique. Let's check out this feature together and see if it also would work in the global version. And with that said, thank you everybody for being here again, really appreciate it. Before hopping into the video, a little bit of a disclaimer. This is another video about the Squadbusters China version, and just because there is a feature here, it doesn't mean it will get ever included into the global version, and vice versa. They don't have Heroes or even the Spooky World. But they have a super unique system called Bonds of Friendship Bonds. It got implemented last month and we can get there the magical Shelly skin as a reward. But they have further ones, such as a super cool looking frame for your profile picture, which is super cool. I want to have those frames for the global version as well, and something which we can grind, just a cosmetic, so no progress possible with that. And they are getting hammers, and there are different symbols below it, bronze, silver and gold. And there is a number, 31, that is representing the amount of Squaddies they have so far, and the color on top of it just reflects how much we have collected of each of the Squaddies. And we are starting there with bronze. Kinda the same we can see here on the next screen. There are all these Squaddies mentioned, and this is reflecting the progress we could see there, as we got some grayed out here. That means we didn't collect some of those Squaddies shards for this system. That doesn't mean we didn't unlock the Squaddie itself. No, for example, DPK, we did already unlock him and can play him. But this is a different system for the bonding in between those characters, and it is super cool. If you've enjoyed the video so far, then definitely don't forget to leave a like and subscribe completely for free to my channel to not miss any Squadbusters content in the future. But how do we now get those shards here? Well, we have to collect the currency. It's called Starbox Coins, and it can be spent in opening, similar to the star chests. They also have star chests, but this is kind of like the system, and we need to spend 100 of them to open one of those chests. After each chest, you're getting 50 coins of this, and that means finishing 2 matches will let you open one of those chests. But you can get it with other things as well. In the extraction mode I have shown you last time, there's also a reward road, and we can see there 400 of those, and there are an additional 300 later on. So this new mode got released together with this bonding feature and gives you a ton of those points, as we can see here, even on the last stage 1000, to be able to develop that bonding in between the characters, and with that getting a match bonus. Yep, that is kinda crazy. If we check out the characters, we can see, there's the class like in the global version as well, but on top of that, this is the bonding system reflecting here in the middle 3 and 6, that's how many you have to play in that match to get a different bonus. And we can see the Squaddies, which are considered to be part of this bonding class. And the cool thing is they can be part of different synergies there, so that's pretty cool, and that will help your squad to fight even better. And those classes we can find right here on the 3rd position. We can see there each time the characters being listed. For example, here we got Hawk Rider, Bandit, the Royal King and Battle Healer for this boost. This one is called the Royal Protection Bond, and it will give you a boost after you have received 500 damage on that character, and you will get then a damage reduction afterwards. So you can see it there, 25 and 50% depending on which stage you have unlocked, which we could see there on the previous screen. And it will be there for 4 seconds with a cooldown of 20 seconds. And this one can be developed if we collect all of the bronze shards of these 4 characters. Unfortunately, we didn't collect any of them. But for the next one, we can see we got 2 out of 3. This is Wilderness Gathering. And for that, the summoned units will get a boost in attack and HP, which is pretty cool. The next one is Tribal Warrior. Double or triple attack chance of normal attacks, with 18 or 24% if we develop it on the right side there. And that's kinda cool, and I think we can develop it here since it's possible. And you can see for the next stage we will get even a higher chance, but therefore we need to collect all of these Squaddies, or at least 5 of them, in the silver shard. And we right now have 1 and 1 gold, so 2 out of 5 since the gold was silver before. And then we got the next one here. Oh, these are the farmers called Get Rich Farm. I don't know why this is the case, but this one is, for example, giving you 1 or 2 further gold coins after collecting 10 coins. And we can develop as well, and it is then getting triggered after 9 coins collected. Then we got here wilderness attacks. When you knock down an enemy, you gain an additional knockdown count, or even 2, depending if we develop this one. And then it will be 3, and this is the thing we can develop to stage 3 for coins. And you can see it's quite pricey there. And actually, I don't know really what this count does mean, but it's a boost, and we just have to play those squaddies in the game to get that boost activated. This is the precision squad, and if you don't move for 1 second, you're getting a further attack range, which is kinda cool. And on the next stage, it's only half a second. The next one here is called Island Guard, and we can see their heavy tank medic and Dr. T. So this is kinda like the Boom Beach squad. And this is a special system. When one of your squaddies of this class dies, or if this bond dies, you're getting HP healed. And then we got the Wilderness Party here. Percentage heal for damage dealt. So kinda like a vampirism ability or bond, which is super cool. The Fearless Squad increases the attack damage in percent. And then we got here the Crit Squad, which is increasing the HP of those squaddies. But I'm not sure what impact it has on a fusion, or if it has an impact on the full squad, or only of those squaddies. I would say only on the squaddies of this bond there, because otherwise it would not make too much sense. But it is nevertheless a good system. Then we got there the Decisive team. They are getting a sprint bonus in percent, so I guess a faster movement, or attack rate. Because of the symbol it could be attack rate, but I'm not 100% sure. Second last is the Cheerful team, and they just increase the healing received, and that is kind of similar to some of the class boosts we have in the global version. And the last one is the Focus Squad, which is spell related. After casting 2 or 3 spells, depending on how many of those bond you have in your team, you're getting an additional random spell, and on the next stage you will get 5% casting range on top, so you can throw in spells for a longer duration, and that is pretty cool. And we can see here the sum up on the top left side, and that is actually a very nice system here, and it is pretty looking cool. So if we open one of those chests, you can see there an animation, and the sound is pretty similar to the star chest, and we can then select in between 3 different ones, and we are gonna go for those ones which are not maxed out to get them to gold, and then getting a better bond. And each 10th chest gives you at least a silver one with an increased chance of the golden shard, which are just worth more. You're gonna see that soon, as you can merge bronze ones into silver and silver into gold. So that's actually pretty cool, and we should be able here maybe to get that heavy to the next stage, if we are lucky. This is now a special one with a silver one at least, and it's for the battle healer. That's actually nice. I think the battle healer we didn't unlock so far at all. So that should help us here, maybe getting one or the other boost. And the next one is another bronze one. Unfortunately, they're not. We're gonna go for... Should have gone for the rare one, since the odds are a little bit lower, but it's fine. And if we now check out the menu again, we can see that we can upgrade them. From 4 bronze ones, we make 1 silver. And kinda similar, it works then for the next stage to get them to gold. Oh, to gold it's already 4, and to silver were only 2, my bad. But we can see here that we got quite a good amount of gold ones now. And for the next stages, I'm not sure how exactly it will work here, but we have to collect further ones, I'm pretty sure, for these class boosts. And we can even develop a further one here. That's 50,000 freaking coins. Oh my god. And this is the count. I'm not sure if that one would be specifically worth it, so we can't afford 50,000 anyway. But you can see that the price tag is getting pretty high there. And the first stage is for sure cheaper with 5,000, and I think it was 10,000. But it's pretty cool to have something like that in the game. Whereas to grind beside all of your progress. Yes, you're getting an in-game boost, and as it looks like you can't even purchase it, so you can just farm it, which is pretty nice. So do I now think we could ever see something like this in the global version? Well, I don't think so, because we already got the hero and squaddie class system, which is boosting our squaddies, and this would make it just too complicated. But in general, different stages of this boost, which you can develop with collecting squaddies at the end, would work kinda, and that would be nice to get. And also having some different attributes for squaddie, like having a hotshot class and maybe a different one, would kind of work as well. Nevertheless, I don't think we will ever see something like that in the global version, but one thing I really hope to get is profile frames. Something to be able to grind either in a season or in an event, which we then can equip on our profile, and they have already a ton of it if we just check that out here, and they are also there for the season ranks. So please bring in those frames, that would be so dope. So what are your thoughts on this complete system? Is it too complicated? Would you enjoy it? Or how would you rate it in general? Thank you guys for watching and happy busting!